I'm Kathryn. I want to share how I helped one of my clients go from feeling very overwhelmed, anxious, unsure, to peace of mind and confidence so that even she was able to stay out of the hospital, which is pretty awesome. So she was saying yes, doubting herself, doing lots of things, filling up her calendar, doing multiple things even at the same time, not sure what she wanted. As I'd mentioned, she'd gone into the hospital, checked herself into the hospital a number of times. And what she'd done in the past was trying lots of different things, not being able to listen to herself, listening to other people, changing her mind, like I said, filling up her calendar to make herself feel, good, doing lots of good things, helping people. She's a very loving person, but really having that sense of overwhelm and anxiousness. So through working with me, I gave her first trusted support that she knew she could go to, one person. Then I also gave her trusted support in herself so that she could see what was best for her. And then I gave her different skills and things to try so that she picked out what was best for her. So first she was able to trust herself to know, and then she was able to be exposed to different things to find out what helped her best and what was most supportive to her, and even to find out that certain things support her in different moments. And then that last piece of things, we really built on her external support network. She's a very social person. She has a lot of lovely connections with people, but really knowing how to call on those in times of need and, prepping people ahead of time with what would best support you. And then having people who she meets with regularly just to have that deeper connection and have each other know what supports each other, so that she had support beyond me. And then that served her extremely well toward the middle of last year, I believe, when she was having a really difficult time. First, she trusted and knew herself well enough to know that she was having a more difficult time. She saw those signs that often have had her later having to check herself into the hospital. And then she called on her internal supports. She quickly called me, but then she also called on additional external supports until she was supported enough to make herself, get herself through that hard time. And then now she's in a much more beautiful place. She can often choose what is most important to her in her life. She is cleaning out her house, which is something she's been longing to do. She is picking out what's most important in her personal life as time has gone on, so that she's not going to doing so many personal things. And then professionally as well. She's really getting that balance and peace of mind that is so important. So that's a bit of how I helped her. Everybody's different, and so those exact steps may not be exactly what we would go through if I worked with you, but typically what we do, what I do with my clients, is I help them connect with that self-trust and self-love. I work with very loving people, but they don't always have that piece of things, and I think that's, to me, a big source of the anxiety. And when you do have that, you can treat anxiety differently when it shows up and also shift a lot of the anxiety. So building that deep part at the same time as building practical skills is that first important part. Often then another step is that external support network, usually pretty early on, and then exploring things like different aspects of boundaries. For some people, there's that saying no, saying yes type of thing to things in your schedule. For some people, it's getting the boundaries in those people that support you the most. So that's another piece of things. And then there's more pieces of the deeper shift as we continue on, and then building habits. So that kind of gives you a bit of idea of what we do if we work together. So if that sounds interesting to you, I am doing some free anxiety to peace of mind roadmap creation calls, and I'd love to support you with those if it ends up sounding like a fit. So if you go to the link in the video there, it'll take you to another video. I do only have limited spots just because of how my calendar is, and so if you listen to that even shorter video than this one and it sounds like it might be right for you, check out the calendar, that link that's in there, and I will hopefully see you on that next video and maybe on my calendar soon. With deep love. Bye-bye.